Hi everyone. In this video we are going to be looking at geometric progression. You can see our previous videos for arithmetic progression, sequence and series. Okay, so here what is a geometric progression? This is the sequence in which each successive member differ by a common ratio. Okay, so you should know that. Good example, this is a geometric progression. 2, 4, 6, 8. Why is it geometric progression? Because 4 divided by 2 is 2, 8 divided by 4 is 2, 16 divided by 8 is 2, 32 divided by 16 is 2. So you see there is a common ratio. So in this first case here, my common ratio R is equal to 2. Now that's the same with this example here. If you notice 6 divided by 2, that's the second term divided by the first term. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Okay, 24 divided by 12 is also 2. And 48 divided by 24 is also 2. So it means that this particular sequence is also a geometric progression with common ratio being equal to 2. Okay, we have the third one here. We have 1 over 2, 1 over 4, 1 over 8, 1 over 16. If you do 1 over 4 divided by 1 over 2, it means 1 over 4 times 2 over 1, and that would give us 1 over 2. In the same way, if we have 1 over 8 divided by 1 over 4, it's going to give us 1 over 8 times 4 over 1, which is also half, and so on and so forth. So it means that this is a geometric progression with common ratio being equal to half. So a geometric progression is characterized by a common ratio. Okay, so we are going to see the terms of a GP. Now the n term of a GP is given as Tn equal to ARn minus 1. Okay, now that shouldn't be a problem, since the first term we know is usually A. The second term is supposed to be AR, that's you multiply the first term by the common ratio to get the second term. The third term is supposed to be AR, that's the second term times R, which will give us AR squared. You get that? The same way, the fourth term is supposed to be the third term times R. That means AR squared times R, which will give us AR cubed. So in that vein, as you continue, you can see that Tn is equal to ARn minus 1. It follows that pattern. So that is the formula for the terms of a GP. Okay, so here we have a question. It says, given the GP 2, 6, 18, find the seventh term, then B, the nth term. Now here we can see that the first term of this GP A is equal to 2. That's the first term. Now the common ratio, you get that by either dividing 6 divided by 2 or 18 divided by 6. So whichever way, you see that the common ratio is 3. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So we are asked to find the seventh term. The seventh term, remember, Tn is equal to ARn minus 1. So the seventh term is going to be T7. That's going to be AR, then 7 minus 1. Okay? So we can substitute the value for A here is 2, then your R is 3 raised to power 7 minus 1 is 6. So that's going to give us 2 times 3 raised to power 6, which of course means 2 times 7, 2, 9. Okay, which is going to be 14, 1, 4, 5, 8. Okay, 1, 4, 5, 8 as the answer to that question. I think that is very simple. That's very simple. Okay, so let's see the next question. We are asked to find the nth term. Okay, and then the nth term here, remember that Tn is equal to ARn minus 1. Okay, so it means that your A we already have to be 2 and your R is 3, n minus 1. So the answer is just simply 2 into 3 raised to power n minus 1. That will be the answer. That will be the nth term of that particular sequence. Okay, we see another question here. We have that the first term of a GP is half and the fourth term is 1 over 16. Find the common ratio, that's ratio, and the ninth term. Okay, First of all, we are given that the first term is half, okay, and the fourth term, which is T4, is 1 over 16. Now, but you should know that fourth term, if we substitute into the formula, it will be AR3. That means ARN minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3, okay, equal to 1 over 16. I can substitute the value of A here, which is half. So we have half R cubed equal to 1 over 16. Now, if I divide both sides by half, or I say cross multiply these two, I'm going to get R cubed to be equal to 1 over 8. Okay? And that means R will be cube root of 1 over 8, which is 1 over 2. So the common ratio, we've answered that, is 1 over 2. The next question says we should find the ninth term. So the ninth term is supposed to be AR, that means T9 is supposed to be AR8, so ARN minus 1. So 9 minus 1 is 8. So my A is already half from the question, times R, we just got R also to be half, so half raised to power 8. So half times half raised to power 8 can be written as half raised to power 9. You can use your calculator to achieve that. Now the next question here, it says the second and the sixth terms of a GP are 1 over 3 and 27 respectively. We are asked to find A, the common ratio, and then B, the first term of the GP. This is also simple. First of all, the second term, which is T2, is equal to 1 over 3, and the sixth term, which is T6, is equal to 27. Now, we know that T2, the second term, should be written as AR, so we can say AR is 1 over 3. And the sixth term here can be written as AR5, and AR5 is 27. We can call this equation 1 and equation 2. In a case like this where you have product, the best way to resolve this simultaneously is to divide. So if we decide to divide, let me erase here. If we decide to divide equation 2 divided by equation 1, so let me just put it this way, equation 2 divided by equation 1, I'm going to get AR5, okay, all over AR is equal to 27, sorry, that's 27 all over 1 over 3, okay? So this is 27, correct that? Okay, so AR5, A cancels A, R5 over R should give us R4, okay? Equal to 27 divided by 1 over 3 means 27 times 3 over 1, okay? And that's going to give us 81. So you can see what R is. R is supposed to be fourth root of 81. You can say 81, fourth root of 81. And fourth root of 81, we know, using your calculator, is equal to 3. So we have succeeded in getting the common ratio. So the next thing we asked to find is the first term of the GP. So since my common ratio is 3, getting the first term shouldn't be a problem. And we can use any of the equations. Since we started by saying AR is equal to 1 over 3, and A times the common ratio we just got to be 3 is equal to 1 over 3. So I can divide both sides by 3. So A, either by cross multiplication, will be 1 over 3 divided by 3, which means 1 over 3 times 1 over 3. So meaning that the first term is actually 1 over 9. This is quite interesting. We see another question, the sum of the second and third terms is 9, that's of a GP. And the seventh term is 8 times the fourth term. Find the first term, the common ratio, and the fifth term. This is quite, I use the word confusing, but it's not impossible. Now, the sum of the second and third terms. The second term is AR, plus the third term is AR squared, and the question says is equal to 9. Okay? Now, the second statement says the seventh term is 8 times the fourth term. So the seventh term can be is AR6, okay, is equal to 8 times the fourth term, which is AR cube. This is simple. This is simple, okay? Now, I think from here, we can do something from this second equation. This is equation 1, and why this is equation 2. From here, we can do something in the sense that I can divide both sides by AR cube, and here AR cube. So that cancels this, So A here cancels A. R6 over R cube will be R cube, all equal to 8. So from here, we can find R. That means R is cube root of 8, which is equal to 2. Okay, so that is quite interesting. So it's now for us to find A, which is the first term. So from equation 1, I can find the first term. It's not a big deal. Since I know my r to be 2, it means that here now this ar plus ar squared equal to 9 becomes a times your r is 2, okay? Now plus a times your r, which is 2 squared, equal to 9. So that gives me 2a plus 4a is equal to 9. 2a plus 4a is 6a, equal to 9. So we can say there that a is equal to 9 divided by 6, which is 3 over 2. So my a is 3 over 2, and my r is 2. Very, very wonderful, sweet. Now let's see the fifth term. The fifth term is AR4. That's what we asked to find in the next question. So since my a here is 3 over 2, okay, multiplied by my r here is 2, so raised to power 4. So that's going to be 3 times 2 raised to power 3, because this 2 cancels 1 here to be 3. So 3 times 2 raised to power 3 is going to be 3 times 8, and 3 times 8 is 24. So the fifth term is 24. Man, I'm loving this maths. That is where we end for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You are going to be getting a lot of updates, life-changing updates. Thank you very much. I wish you the best.